we
This
were having
conference
a
will now be recorded.
yeah. So Tim, yesterday, if you remember, we were having a issue, right, in terms of the Fabric UI. So when I look at one of the article yesterday, whoever is there till end of the session, you might have seen. So from the Databricks team, so they only responded and said that this one only, right? I cannot see any of the experiences. I have used Fabric before with a different account. I had no issues. I'm not sure what we are missing. Start trial. That's all looks good. I think did I take that link or not? Okay. So yesterday I found one more link. Why I am not able to see experiences in Microsoft Fabric left down. Something like that I searched. Yesterday, oh shit, I thought I have taken that. I'll just show you the right one. Yeah, I think this one. I just subscribed to the trial yesterday. We are using Power BI for GCP. I can only see Power BI experience, but no way to switch the data science experience. I want to test data science capabilities, including notebooks, some data engineering. Is there a setting somewhere? What do I need to do? Thank you for your question. I face the same issue. Was able to solve by clicking the account and selecting upgrade to free account. Same issue. So I think the selector not showing. I created capacity. Hmm. No, this one also not. This one. This is the right one, Tim. Yes. So this is the exactly what I'm looking for. Okay. I'm mainly asking for confirmation here. No fancy long answer, please. The fact is, I recently had access to Microsoft Fabric after a short break and noticed the UI and somehow changed. Note that I am using an active trial version. I am still able to access all my account project workspaces as well as adding new components. Though I can no longer see any experience data factory listed at the bottom left corner, nor do I have access to each experience main access page. This never occurred before. Any confirmation regarding this would be appreciated. Thank you. When he asked February 24th, 2025, very just 2 weeks ago, not even 2 weeks. So same another person responded on the same day. Same day? Yes, same day. So Microsoft guy has responded. Sorry for the inconvenience caused. Microsoft Fabric is growing rapidly to meet market demands to state all the requirements for of customers. This is causing the changes in UI constantly. But your existing workspaces components will remain accessible. That said, we understand that evolving UI preview features pose challenge for adaptation. This is the biggest problem. We thought account creation is issue, but he's saying they have changed this particular UI based on the customer needs. Understood? When he responded Sunday means last Sunday only. Sunday means what date means? March 2nd he responded to. Monday they posted the question 24th Feb. Second, that is Sunday he responded. Okay. So which means that we got a confirmation we don't have any experiences. And I also yesterday when I was talking about not having experience is the good thing. And now they organized the data, like they organized the items in much more clear way. I think that is what the even we are also looking for. Now let me log in into the Fabric. Okay, so we will discuss what we are going to discuss for today. Let me quickly log in into the Fabric and let me show you high level things at least. Okay, yes. Now the good part is, if you see that by default team, whenever you create your fabric, if you look at these are tabs, right? In this, the main one is my workspace. If you go to my workspace, this is a default workspace where you can able to see if you have created any items means like a pipeline, notebook, data warehouse, lake house, anything. If you create, it will be shown here, but currently you have not done anything, that's why it is not showing anything here. Now, if you want to create your own workspace, you need to go to workspaces. So here, yesterday, if you remember, we created one of the workspace, but the default workspace is my workspace. This is the workspace that we created. But let me delete this workspace. Click on this, click on workspace settings, go to come down. I think, yeah, come down here. You see, so you no need to go anywhere. Under general, come down, remove this workspace, click delete. It will be deleted. Now, if you go back to the workspaces, you will not be able to see any workspace that you created. Instead, you will be able to see only the default workspace, that is my workspace. Now click on new workspace to create a one for us. My workspace 001. This is the first workspace for us. Now description, you can say this is for manufacturing team. So something like this you can give. And domain, so you can create these domains through settings and you can assign. Okay, currently you don't have any domain that is manufacturing related. Currently I'm selecting none. If you have any image relevant to your manufacturing, you can upload that image. If you go to advanced, so you can say for this particular project, this is the workspace for your project, right? Now you can say, so who will be the owners, then what is the license that you want to give it for this project, you can assign the license. With that, click apply. But we are going with the trial version for now. Are we good? This one, are we good with it? Yes. Now let's say when new person joins your project, now you want to give access to this workspace, you can say manage access. Now you can give at any time access to the new people for this particular workspace. If you want to go back to the workspace settings, you can click on workspace settings, you can able to see here. Okay, fine. Now home page, just it will show high level the recently accessed items and all will be shown here. You can see quick access for the recent workspace, whatever recent items. Okay, so if you want to make something as favorite, if you mark something as favorite, it will be shown in this tab. Okay, fine. This is a home tab where you can see the recently accessed and frequently accessed things. Workspace I just discussed, you can create your own workspace. But let me create a one more workspace, my workspace 002. Then click apply. Now if you go to workspaces, so when you have a hundreds of workspaces in real time, let's say you are part of multiple projects, multiple workspaces are showing. And for you, dev workspace, UAT workspace, you have multiple workspace access. Let's imagine. Now you want to mark one of the workspaces, you want to pin it so that you can access very frequently. So you can right side, you see something called pin. If you click on pin, it will move on to the pin tab. So meaning pinned workspaces will be shown always on the top. It is very quick for you to access the workspace. OneLake is your storage account. Whenever you want to look at what all items, what all content that you have in your OneLake, you can just come here and you can see. But currently we have not started storing any data. By default, whenever you created a fabric account, one storage is going to come, that is called a OneLake. Within this OneLake, you can store your structured data, semi-structured data, unstructured data. Okay. So on top of this OneLake, you can create two things. One is data lake storage. Oh, sorry. The names are Lakehouse. You can create a data warehouse. You can create a warehouse, lakehouse. Warehouse or lakehouse doesn't matter. One thing you need to understand, end of the day, all the data is going to be stored in a one lake. But what is the difference? When you say warehouse, you can store only structured data here. but structured data in the warehouse, but underlying it is end of the day it is just a delta data, delta format. When you create a Lakehouse folder let you store any structured data, and whatever data that you are uploading through Lakehouse folder, that data can be queried from the warehouse. Are you able to understand? If you have some structured data in the Lakehouse folder, that data you can query. Now let me ask you another question. If I store some data in the warehouse, that data can I able to query it using warehouse? Can I query
Yes.
that? If you're not
No,
following
sir.
that, it's up to you, but I'll continue to explain whatever I have planned to explain. Okay. So monitor tab is basically to monitor all your notebook runs, pipeline runs, everything. So real time basically helps to track your real time jobs, real time streaming jobs and all. You can able to look at here and you can query them. Once you have created, you will come to know how to query and workloads. This is just a documentation links. If you just click on the data engineering, so it is just to give you the documentation link to go and explore the different sample data for your data engineering. Okay, documentation, everything you can able to see for every. So whatever we are calling as the work experience, now it is called a workload. As part of the workload you can see different experiences, or you can call it as a different workloads. If you want to know more about it, you can go and read the documentation. But recently accessed workspace, you can see here. If you click on this here, this is the option to create any item. Okay, and this is the option to see what all items we have. If you want to deploy any of the pipeline or something to the some other environment, you can use the deployment pipeline. Now what we need to understand, go to workspace, go to any of this workspace. Now I am in the my workspace 001. I am clicking on new item. So here you see they have organized items very nicely. Now first thing is we need to get the data to do anything, right? So to get the data, these are the different items that you have. You can use a copy directly, simple copy activity, use the pipeline. Within the pipeline you can use the copy activity, you can use data flow, because some of the sources we can't read the data through copy activity. For that you can use data flow gen 1 or data flow gen 2. If you want to read some data from the event hubs, you can able to read the data from the event streams. Okay, so you can just get the data through the notebooks and Spark other jobs. Okay, sorry, here you can see, yeah, why we went, yeah, here from the notebook also directly you can read, but you need to focus only on the get data first. Mirroring Azure Cosmos DB means it is kind of a replication, meaning you have a one Cosmos DB, you are doing something, same data should be replicated into other. So in such cases, mirror databases, mirroring of data bricks, mirroring of database, mirroring of Cosmos DB. So whatever you do there, it will reflect there. You can get the data through notebooks and a Spark definition. Okay, these are the ways in which you can able to get the data. Once you get the data, you have a storages to store the data. When you pull the data, you can store the data in the lakehouse, warehouse, event house, SQL database, warehouse, anything. Once you store the data, you need to clean the data. So meaning you have to prepare the data, clean, transform, extract, right? So how you can clean it? Again, you can use a data pipeline, data flow gen 1 or gen 2, your notebook for cleaning the data. After cleaning data, you want to do some analyze and train the data. Again, so your notebooks, so you have machine learning models, experiments, AI skills, different ways you can able to analyze their data and create a models. Track data. So track data means basically if you want to know when you organize the data, run it, ingest the data, clean it, then you do the data analysis and all. You can just look at your how the job is progressing, at what step it is currently running. So all those things you can able to track it through the scorecard. You can able to use the activator for monitoring those queries and all. how the pipelines are running and all, you can able to monitor. Finally, once the data is loaded into the final storage account, you can use visualize data, these kind of items. Basically, Power BI, you can able to use for creating the reports. Once you create your reports, you can able to publish those reports into the same workspace. So finally, on top of those reports also, if you want to do some kind of a development, you can do the further development for if there are some downstream applications. For example, when you go to, like, your flight is in at 2 o'clock. Now you are supposed to be at least 2 hours before, but you got late. Now you want to know at check-in bag how many people are there. So extract that particular part of data and send it to the downstream application. They will keep on showing the live data. So how much time it is taking at the check-in counter. Okay. So generally at 12 o'clock, how many people will be there? So the live data, it will be shown for the downstream applications. Whatever data you process, that will be shown for the downstream applications. So that's how downstream also can do the further development. So if you have some other, like, domain specific use cases, something you want to implement, something they have given some templates. That's how they organized all the items. It is nice to have like this. Clear? Now if you want to sign out, this is how you can able to sign out. We already started the trial. So whenever, if you want to use something with the fabric, all the items that are relevant for the fabric is there here. So Power BI desktop, you can able to use for creating your Power BI reports. Data gateway you will be using for connecting to the on-premise. Normally in the ADF Synapse we use self-hosted integration runtime, but here we use a data gateway. People who know Power BI, they already know. So they used to use the data gateway to connect to the on-premise sources for reading data into Power BI for creating reports. Same data gateway will be using to connect to the on-premise to read data through the pipelines or notebooks. Paginated report builder. This is again for creating the paginated reports. Power BI for mobile. If you want to open your reports and all through mobile, you have a mobile app. Analyze data in the Excel. You can see Power BI for PowerPoint. You can see OneLake File Explorer. I told you, right? Whether you create a OneLake storage, you create a warehouse. End of the day, data is storing in a OneLake. Now, if you want to connect to this OneLake and see this warehouse and lakehouse, you can able to see that particular entire storage using the OneLake File Explorer. And the data studio, other things also should be there. I don't know why they have, maybe the list is becoming very big, so that's where they removed it. But earlier they used to have Azure Data Studio and all. But one more thing I'll tell you, the fire trainers, it will be very difficult, because now what happens for your batch, we discuss something, for next batch something is going to change, because this is the one of the main, like, you can say, high demanding skill in the market today, fabric. Even though most of the, like, companies not started all projects, but they are having a lot of hope on fabric. So that's where, so people are asking people who are on bench in every organization to learn the fabric. Okay. That's why they are, it's a like high demanding thing, right? Based on customer feedback, and they are making changes very quickly. So that's where whatever you see in the previous batch and current batch, I'm not able to see. And earlier also I have experienced this, but I did not experience this kind of thing. I was just experiencing some navigations and all, but things are keep changing. This will continue to change for next 1 or 2 years until the fabric is standardized. Okay. Now, let's go with the today's session, think quickly, theoretically, then practicals. So today I'll show you what is Lakehouse, what is Warehouse, difference between them. As I mentioned, Lakehouse is for storing any type of data. Warehouse is for storing only structured data. Introduction to OneLake, key features and benefits of OneLake. Introduction to Warehouse, difference between Warehouse versus Lakehouse. Lakehouse versus warehouse. So today we will see installation of OneLake File Explorer, connecting to OneLake from OneLake File Explorer, installing Azure Data Studio. Azure Data Studio, it is not available there, but I hope you already aware how to install Azure Data Studio, isn't it, Tim? So I hope you know already Data Studio. I have discussed along with our normal Data Factory. So already we have Data Studio in all our laptops. So I'll show you how to connect to the Lakehouse from Data Studio, how to connect to the warehouse from the Data Studio, how to execute DDL and DML queries from the Fabric, how to connect to warehouse from Data Studio, how to query the data that you have in the warehouse from the Data Studio, exploring the difference between Lakehouse versus warehouse. But let's see what I can able to complete today. I'll quickly complete. Okay. So right, these are the different you can say experiences or workloads that you can able to use the different computes. So in the data warehouse experience, you use TSQL compute for querying the data. Here you will use Spark, here you will use KQL in the real time, Power BI here, Synapse Data Engineering, Spark. So in the respective experiences, you will use respective computes for querying the data. Okay. Now, before OneLake, how we usually have is financial team, they will create one data lake storage. Marketing team, they will create their own data lake storage. But now with OneLake, what happens is, so it's a single storage. On top of that, you will create a one folder. Workspace, finance workspace is a one folder. Marketing is one folder. Finance workspace is one folder. Marketing workspace is one folder. So under that, again you will create a lakehouse and warehouse. Here also you will create one lakehouse and warehouse. Are you getting what I'm saying? So it will look like this thing. So same OneLake, within that you created high level folder is workspace A. Under workspace A, subfolder is warehouse. Here subfolder is lakehouse. In lakehouse you can store any type of data, but warehouse you can store only structured data. So this workspace A, think of a financial workspace. Workspace B, consider it as a marketing workspace. So Lakehouse you can create for storing unstructured data, any data, warehouse for storing structured data. Now let me show you till here, because I can't complete everything on same day. So that's why whatever we complete theoretically, let me show you here. First, let me show you how to install the OneLake File Explorer. Click on that, it will download. Come down, click on download One File Explorer, OneLake File Explorer. Now currently tell me, do you think we have already OneLake? Do we have already OneLake in our fabric or not? OneLake we have or not?
Yes, we have OneLake on Fabric.
Whenever you create a fabric account, by default OneLake will be available. Now let me show you. So within that OneLake, we already created a two workspaces also, right? Go to workspaces, see two workspaces also there. Now let me do one thing. Let me double click on this, install it. So it is just installed. Now we need to attach this OneLake with our fabric account. Sorry, OneLake already available. We need to connect to the OneLake from the OneLake File Explorer. I am repeating my statement. We have, by default, OneLake will be available when you create a fabric account. To connect to OneLake, I have installed a OneLake File Explorer. Now I have downloaded and installed. Now I am logging into that account to connect to the my OneLake. Cloud Pandit 66, Cloud Pandit 68, right? Yes. So what it is doing, done. Now if you click on this, you will see OneLake here. Are you seeing the OneLake here? OneLake is still initializing. Are you seeing here? Yes. Now if you right click on this, go to, yeah, don't go account. If you go to just open folder, see, so under HP there is a OneLake hyphen Microsoft. Now right click on this, uh, properties. Oh shit, no, sorry. Right click, show more options, refresh it. Okay, it is okay. You, if you're not able to see, that is fine. So what you need to understand is, one second, let me see. Okay. So this is a OneLake hyphen Microsoft, OneLake hyphen Microsoft, right? So we don't have anything currently, but generally, if you see, my workspaces are available. But why my workspaces are not showing? So now go to workspace. Now let's create a OneLake. Sorry, OneLake will be available. In that, I'll create a Lakehouse. Lakehouse is just you are creating Lakehouse means it's a folder you are creating. You need to think that way. Okay. Store big data for cleaning, querying, reporting, and sharing. Click on Lakehouse. I'll say my first Lakehouse. My first Lakehouse I created. Now come to here. Right click on this. Refresh it. Okay, here you can see, right? This is the right. I think here it came to 1 second. I'll do one thing. Show more options. Right click on this OneLake File Explorer. So here you are seeing, right, OneLake. So don't, where is the refresh? I am not able to see refresh. Okay. If you don't have refresh, there should be something called sync. Yeah, sync from OneLake, right? You are seeing, right? Sync from OneLake. Click on that. Yes. Now it is showing my workspace 001. Why it is showing my workspace 001? Because under my workspace 001, I created my first Lakehouse. Are you seeing the name? Under that, it creates a files, tables, table maintenance. Table maintenance, the some log details will be maintained. You can upload a files. You can create a tables in the Lakehouse. Tables will be shown here. Files will be shown here. Files will be shown in this folder. Tables will be shown in this folder. So this is a OneLake is within the OneLake. Now I am creating a my workspace. Under my workspace, I have a Lakehouse. Correct? Are you able to understand a little bit? Now I am going to the workspace. See, this is a my workspace. Under my workspace, if you see, my Lakehouse is created. Now I'll also create a warehouse. Click on new item. Search here warehouse. Click on warehouse. Warehouse 001. So it takes some 1 minute to create. Let's wait. Slowly you will come to know each and everything. Just you need to wait. Okay. Come here. See, what is this? This is just my explorer to explore what is happening in OneLake from my computer. My computer. OneLake, sync from OneLake. If you don't have that, yeah. See under. So you are seeing, right, from OneLake, my workspace 001 Lakehouse and warehouse is also there. Under warehouse, you'll have tables. So table data will be stored under files folder, and that logs will be stored in under audit. Okay. But now, why my warehouse workspace 2 is not showing in OneLake? Because OneLake is a storage. OneLake is a storage. Whenever in any workspace, if you create a storage related folder, then only those folders, that workspace will be shown in the OneLake file explorer. That's why now I'm going to the my workspace 002, click on new item, Lakehouse. So I'm upgrading this workspace to a free trial. Now Lakehouse 002, I'll say, click on create. Now this Lakehouse 002 I am creating where team? Where I am creating Lakehouse 002 under workspace 002. Come here, go back to OneLake. Now right click on this. Let me see, there is option show more. Refresh it. Okay, it is not coming through. Refresh, right click. Say here OneLake, sync from OneLake. See workspace 002 came under that Lakehouse is there. Now carefully observe this. Basically, everything, this workspace A is inside a OneLake. Workspace B inside a OneLake. In workspace A, you are able to see warehouse, lakehouse. In workspace B, I created a lakehouse. That's why you are able to see only lakehouse. If you want to create a warehouse, you can create a warehouse. It will be also shown. But this is in the background what is happening. Now let me talk about front end. Front end team. Now if you look at front end, very carefully observe in the workspace 001, in the, what happened to this, go to workspaces, go to workspace 001. So lakehouse created, warehouse created. Let's imagine this workspace is for the financial domain. Okay, so financial team, they have their storages, they are storing their data, their structured data, semi-structured data, unstructured data here, their tables they are storing in the warehouse. This is, let's consider it as a finance team. Now go to workspace 002. Consider it as a workspace 002 is kind of manufacturing. If you think manufacturing team will have access to this lakehouse, they will store all the data in the lakehouse. So you can give the access to only the manufacturing team. But now end of the day, whether these people are storing data, other manufacturing team is storing, financial team is storing, end of the day, entire data is going to be available where team?
OneLake.
OneLake.
Okay, it is a one lake. But now you need to understand one thing. What is this one lake? One lake is a simple data lake storage. One lake is not a something new concept. It's just a data lake storage. These workspaces are nothing but a containers in the data lake storage. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Just give me 1 minute and tell you something. Okay. So now you understood the concept, right? What is background? Background, when you look at all these are just a folders for you, correct? When you look at all these are folders for you, everything is storing here. Now let's imagine if somebody need some data, somebody need data that we have in the lake of 002 to be accessed into the workspace one lakehouse 001. So what they need to do? Do they need to really copy data from year to year? Not required, right? because entire data is there in same storage. Why they need to copy data from this folder to this folder within the same storage? Why you need to copy data in this folder, in this folder? So that's why there is a concept of shortcuts that we will come to in the next session. Shortcuts means, for example, think of this way. Now what you can think is, what I need to do. Let's say this is a Zoom. Zoom I can just access only from the document folder, but can I create a shortcut on the desktop?
Yes, yes.
Desktop, create a shortcut on desktop. Now my Zoom file is stored in two places, or it is stored in only one place?
Two places.
My Zoom file is stored in one place or two places? It is in only one place, document folder. But through this shortcut, I can just access that Zoom folder, so that directly I can see the data that we have in the Zoom folder. People from financial team, they can use the shortcut. People or manufacturing team, they have directly Zoom folder. But for the other team, you can give the shortcut so that they can access the data that you have in this folder. Very similarly, you can create a shortcut that we will discuss tomorrow. Shortcuts we will discuss tomorrow. But we need to understand what is Lakehouse warehouse little more, some more. Correct? So till here, everybody is clear. If you have any doubts till here, please let me know.
Clear, Malaya.
That's still clear.
Okay. Now let's move on. So now first let's click on the this lineage view. Are you able to see a lineage view? I'm just clicking on this lineage. Can you tell me what is this row talking about? What is the down row is talking about?
Warehouse and Lakehouse.
Okay. Generally, if you remember, now I'll start from very beginning. What I'll do, I'll go to workspace, because I don't want to create much confusion. This is free only. I'll play with this. Click apply. My workspace 003 I'll create. I'll be creating a one more new item called Lakehouse. Go to Lakehouse. Sorry. Double click on Lakehouse team. Oh, yeah. Okay. So slowly click on that. I think some upgrade is required. Meaning for this workspace, I have not assigned my trial. Just click on that. It is asking to upgrade, meaning assign the trial version to this workspace also. Fine. Now it is allowing you to create a lakehouse. Let's create a lakehouse as. So I created just a lakehouse, but you see what all things are coming in this workspace. In this workspace, I just created a I just created the lakehouse. But why so many things? What are these? We want to know, right? What are these? We want to know, right? Because if you go to workspace, click on my workspace 003, that is not reflecting properly. Just refresh it. Yeah. In my workspace 003, you can see I created only Lakehouse. What are these two? Okay. These two are nothing but this is called a data set. This is called a SQL endpoint. Okay. So now how these are dependent? Click on this lineage view to see. First, you have a storage account. On top of the storage account, you have a SQL endpoint to query the data. Once you query data, you query some data. That data you will get it here. That data you can able to use it in your Power BI for creating the reports, or you can use it in your some other notebooks. Wherever you want to use this data, you can able to use. This is called a storage. This is SQL endpoint for querying on the storage. So this is a data set. Whatever data this query is returning, that data. Okay. You create a storage. Fabric will keep the query ready for querying the data quickly on the lakehouse. And this data set also will be ready to access any data that you have in the storage account directly. But in the lakehouse, can I store any type of data or not?
Yes.
Can I store tables?
Yes.
Can I store files?
Fine. Yeah.
Yes. So whatever tables you are storing in the lakehouse, those tables you can create using SQL endpoint. Okay. So we'll discuss slowly one by one. Now what I will do, I will come to the normal list view, go inside this lakehouse. Now you see table, you have a files. Now first I'll create a new folder, subfolder. This subfolder is kind of, you can say that this is the input folder I'm creating. Go inside input folder. Now you can just click on upload to upload files, or double click on this. You'll come here, click on get data, click upload files. So whatever way you want to upload the files into that, you can just upload some files. Now you can just click on this file to see the data also. This is the data. So with same data, I want to create a table. With the same file, I want to create a table. Now you very simple. Click on this. Click on. Can you load this data to table? Click on new table. So what is the table name? I'll say credit. Table name I'm just giving it as a credit. So data that you have in this file will be loaded into this table. Click on that. Now table is going to create. Now what is the table name that you have given? Just a credit. Table name we have given it as a just a credit. Okay, successfully created. Expand the tables. You can see credit table. If you click on the credit table, you should be able to see the columns and the data. Okay, columns and data is available. Are we good till here? Yes. Are we good? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Now, so what you can do now, you go back to my workspace. Now in this lakehouse, you created one folder, one table. Now I want to connect to this lakehouse from Data Studio. You know, right? Data Studio, you know or you don't know? You know or you don't know? I'm asking you. Tell me, Tim, whether you know or you don't know.
Yes. Already we used.
Okay. Okay. Now let me tell you something. Okay. So if you go to accounts here, if you go to here down to the Azure Data Studio, are you seeing accounts? Yes. This is currently connected with the MS Cloud Fabric account. This is my previous account, Fabric previous account. I'm just deleting this account. Now I'll add a new account, because once we add the account, it will be easy for you. Click on this account. Yes. Now you see for the Azure Data Studio, I added this account. That is the step one. Step two is now go to connections. Go to connections. Click on a new connection. Here you need a server name. So what I will do, I'll just go to Fabric. So are you seeing something called SQL endpoint here? Now click on this. Copy SQL connection string. Are you seeing copy SQL connection string? Copy this. Put that connection string here. I think that is not the right one. I think. Yeah, copy this one. Copy. See, this one you need to copy. Copy this. Now you put that here. Okay, fine. Let's see. Now you see multi-factor authentication, universal Microsoft Entra ID I am using. So I am using my ID. I already logged in with this account. Now it will be easy for us to connect. Click on that. Okay, it is connected to the now Lakehouse. Now under Lakehouse, you can see our Lakehouse name it is showing. What is the Lakehouse name, team? What is our Lakehouse name? Lakehouse test 001, correct? Same name it is showing. Now you can expand the table so you can see the table. Now if you want to query this table, you can simply query this table. You can make, you can just run this table, you are getting the data. But now my question to all of you is, do you think, can I filter the data? Do you think I can able to filter the data?
Yes.
We can filter the data. One second, I think it is a credit ID, not a simple ID. It is a credit underscore ID. Okay, so one more important, very important point, at least good that I remember. So Lakehouse, whatever you are querying, these all are case sensitive. Okay, what are these? This is a case sensitive, you see. Now my question to all of you, I am able to filter out, but can I able to make some updates? See, set card type equal to test card, where credit underscore ID equal to 1. Let's see. You see what it is saying, Tim? DML operation meaning update, delete. Okay, so insert, these things will not work here. Okay, because you can just query the data, you can just do analysis, but you can't make any changes on the data that you are storing in the lakehouse. But now I'll take you into something else to make the things clear. You want me to create a warehouse also here, or shall I create a new one? Shall I create a new workspace for warehouse, or shall I create warehouse also within same workspace? Just for
Yes.
your
Yes.
understanding,
within the same workspace.
Same workspace.
within same workspace, I'll create a new item. So you can see warehouse 00, warehouse test 00. Okay, warehouse test. That's it. Now whenever you create a warehouse team, whenever you create a warehouse, okay, you can fire the queries directly here. That is the one thing. Directly you can connect here. That is one thing. Second thing is, you have option to go to your workspace. This is the warehouse you created, right? Click on this warehouse. You should see something else, settings, SQL endpoint. Copy this, come here, put this same thing here, okay, and click connect. But why it is showing same connection? Because it is a lakehouse, it is connecting to the lakehouse when you say server. See here, now lakehouse test it is showing. Just a minute. I think right click on this, click on refresh it. Do one thing, click on new errors. So data, see, even though it is showing the folder here, databases as Lakehouse test 001. Okay. Okay, it is fine. I think under Lakehouse test or is saying no, no, it's okay. Now click on new query. You see something here in the Lakehouse. You can connect system database master. You can connect warehouse also. You are able to see it. Now I am going to the warehouse. Now I'll try to create a table directly. Is it created? Yes. Shall I insert the data into this? Yes. Let's see. Okay. I inserted the 3 records. Now I realized that I want to update Rama to Sri Rama. Okay. So update cast set name equal to Sri Rama where ID equal to 1. Now update is working or not working?
Yes.
Update is working or not working? Shall I, will I be able to see this particular table in this warehouse or not? Let's go to schemas, DBO schema, table. You should be able to see. Why you are not able to see? Refresh it if you are not able to see. Cust table is available here. This is all front end what you are seeing. But now let's say we'll see what happens in the background in OneLake. This is the now right click on this. Click on show more options for uh, simply right click on this. Show more options. Not able to see sometimes. It is showing like this. Let me see. See now automatically. So 3 folders came. Okay, now right click on this. See OneLake sync from OneLake is coming. Okay, open this workspace 003. I created a lakehouse and warehouse. If you go to warehouse, so if you go to tables, under table DBO, cust table we created. Cust table logs you are able to see. Okay, and here some like a 0 1136 some parquet file is showing, right? But some actual data will be available under files section. Okay, here you will have a actual, see, same IDs are showing here also. Actual data will be there here. Okay, fine. So no need to look at that because anyhow it is a parquet data, delta parquet data, right? It's not human readable. If you come back, here you will have a audit logs. Okay, but currently you don't have any audit logs which it has captured. Now come back, go to workspace 003, go to Lakehouse. In Lakehouse, go to file section. In file section, you will be able to see input folder and credit month, direct file. But now my question, okay, I'll come back to that. Go to tables, credit table, and you are able to see the delta log and the delta file directly here in the Lakehouse. But in warehouse, it is not like that. Warehouse data, table data is storing in a different folder. Next, one more question. So if I, let's say I am here. Now what I want to do, I'll go to Cloud Panith data sets, quickly go here. take some salary file, weekly file. These two files I want to basically drag and drop. But let's go here. I just, I think I copied them. I'm hoping I copied. So now I'll just paste them here. So if I paste them here, you can see this is directly uploaded from the cloud, but this is uploaded from local. Now, do you think will I be able to see these two files in the Lakehouse now? Yes, you should be able to. That is the main advantage of the OneLake File Explorer. Right click, refresh this. Are you seeing these two files? Yes. I hope you understood. Instead of going through the slides, I have explained everything through lab. I hope you can able to understand. If you have any doubts, please let me know. Are we able to understand? Everybody is able to understand him.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Malaya.
Yes, yes.
So like it's a just a one data like for entire organization, one copy of data, right? So this single data like governance and collaboration, openness, compatibility, seamless integration with other things. You can see OneLake is basically built on data lake storage, and basically it is data lake only. Okay, so warehouse provides a DDL and DML operations. It will also get a SQL engine. Okay, SQL endpoint for querying your data. So when it comes to the your this one, you can see, right? So whenever you create a lakehouse, you can just use TSQL for read only. It is just to read only. But here in warehouse, we have seen using TSQL, we are able to read or write. We are able to read and write. Correct? Correct or wrong? Correct or wrong,
Yes,
team?
yes.
Respond, team. I am putting a lot of effort. You are not responding. So data volume is in data warehouse or lakehouse, it unlimited, because ultimately end of the day data is storing in one lake, which is unlimited. Data warehouse you can store only structured data, but in lakehouse you can store any type of data. Primary developer persona is warehouse is mainly for the data warehouse developer, SQL engineers. Lakehouse is for data engineers, data scientist, and data scientist. Primary developer skill is SQL we will use in the warehouse. So Lakehouse, if you are reading data and processing data in the Lakehouse, we use mainly Spark. ETL, so we will connect to the warehouse from data pipeline or data flow gen to using SQL, but Lakehouse mainly through pipeline data flow gen to notebook Spark definitions. Language to work with. You can even connect to the warehouse from the TSQL and Spark, but Lakehouse mostly will be working with the Spark only. SQL endpoint you can able to use for read and write from the warehouse, but Lakehouse you can only read it. Primary development skill is SQL, here Spark. Data organized by here databases, schema, tables, but here folders, files, and databases. Licenses, fabric capacity is required for both. Yeah, that's all, team. Anything you want to know, please let me know. So due to less time,
So,
I
so
mostly
Malaya,
and
to answer your previous question, we can read our own data in data warehouse, but then we can only read data in Lakehouse. That is the main difference, right?
yes, yes.
Okay.
And you can store only structured data in the warehouse. In Lakehouse, you can put your audio, video files, images, anything, structured, semi-structured, anything you can store. That is second thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But end of the day, what? End of the day, everything is a Delta Parquet files. It is just a folder, isn't it? These are just a folder when you look at background, correct? That also you should understand.
Yes.
I hope you got the clarity on this. Please go through recording. So we, because these are very important before we go with the data pipelines or whatever. So please go through and try to do that. And I'll talk in the group what needs to be done for the this particular fabric account. Okay, what we can do, I'll tell you. So even if you want a 1 month, I think I need to see how much it is charging me under Cloud Pandit domain. So if you want 1 month email, I'll try to create for you, but that is require a lot of steps and all. So give me some time. Whoever need a Fabric free trial account, right? So you need to you need to pay for that email. Maybe that email for purchasing for 1 month it will be 350 are showing something, but taxes and all it will be there something 500, but I'm not sure. If you want 1 month how it will be, if you want 3 months how it will be, I'll check and let you know. Even if you take 3 months of email, the Fabric trial will be available only for the 2 months. Okay, that we can, I'll check the prices and I'll let you know. Whoever wanted, you can confirm me. I'll create one mail ID under Cloud Pandit domain, give it to you, so that directly you can create the Fabric account. Okay. Okay, team. Thank you.